Hello, hello. My name is Elise, and I have been on a weight loss journey with the help of Zepbound. And after I've been on the Zepbound for a while now, I want to talk about the four biggest mistakes that I have made since I've been on Zepbound. I've lost 40 pounds, but along the process, it was a learning process for me, and I'm still learning. So, my four biggest mistakes while on Zepbound. Number one, I didn't take my food intake seriously from day one. In the beginning, when I actually did start at Zepbound, I thought from my own perception that I was taking my food intake seriously. I was tracking things, I was going over some things, but then I got a little relaxed. And once I started actually tracking my meals, I was hitting my protein count, my protein goal about half the time. Fiber count was so low, which probably had to do a lot with being constipated, which we are on Zepbound. But had I increased my fiber, instead of I use laxatives, prunes, prune juice, stool softeners. Some of them gave me relief in the beginning, but after a while it stopped. And so what has kept me going on for a while is making sure my fiber count was up. And I even supplemented with Benefiber, and it's been going great. I am the queen of, oh, I don't want to track anything. I hate tracking calories. It sucks. Guess what? In the beginning, that you don't have to track your eating or whatever you're tracking, whether it's your calories, your macros, or your protein. I don't like tracking calories, but something does have to be tracked. It doesn't have to be tracked forever, but maybe for a short period of time, about 10 days or so you can get a pattern to see what you're actually eating and what you're underdoing. So what I did this past month was I had tracked my food for about 3 or 4 days, that's when I realized I was under in my protein. And so now after I improved it, I've been tracking it for the last week. I should have taken this seriously in the beginning from day one. I was eating better about month two, but to the level that I'm tracking right now, I should have been forward with it in the beginning, but I just didn't know. So when you know, you know. When you know better, you do better. Mistake number two, allowing Zepbound or the medication to do most of the work. Now, all the diets that I have tried, all the meal plans, all the whatever weight loss modalities that I've used in the past, most of them didn't work. Some of them worked in the beginning, but long term, they didn't work. So there was this hesitation when I first started Zepbound, not believing that it was going to work for me also. It wasn't actually by the first week I had lost 4 pounds. Now, most of it was probably water weight. And from there on out, I averaged about 2 pounds of weight loss. My third month, randomly, I lost another 4 pounds, but it could have been jumping up from 2.5 to 5 milligram dosage. But I was doing all the working out. I was working out, getting my step count on, exercising, going to the gym. But once the weight started coming off quicker than I thought, I wasn't paying attention to so much of what I was eating. So even though, yes, I did the working out part, the physical aspect of it, the diet and the nutrition was still lacking on my part. And here I am 10 months later, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning about myself. So the habits that we learn along the way, it allows you to have sustainable weight loss for a long time. Don't wait till you've been on this medication for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months to learn about nutrition and starting to work out. Don't allow the medication to do all the work for you, because you're going to hit such a plateau. Right now, I'm doing all the things that I know to do, and the scale isn't budging. Even though I feel better, I feel lighter, I'm still learning the next level. Just like when you start doing steps, 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Well, I first started doing 5 or 6,000 steps a day. And it took a while for me to build up to do 8 to 10,000 steps a day regularly. And even still, I've been doing this for a long time, and now my foot hurts. I mean, it's like I have this foot ache. Even as I'm talking right now, I can feel it. So now I'm taking a break from doing the steps for a few days and focusing more on my weightlifting. But even though, like I said, I did the working out part to the best of my knowledge and abilities at the time, but my food, and that's the biggest thing for most of us, is our eating. And again, I wasn't tracking it. And so when I was starting to see the scale drop every week and getting excited, I was like, oh, okay, I can have my cake and eat it too. I mean, like, so there was like this period. Most of my weight I lost in the first 5 months of Zepbound. I lost 30 pounds in 5 months. And then over the last few months after that, I've lost the final 10. And I'm still not at my final weight loss goal. So don't let the medication do all the work. You that take this time. This is a learning curve. Even if you get this medication from your primary care physician, from your doctor's office, or from a medical group, it's still like the wild, wild west. Like they'll prescribe the medication to you with not much guidance at all. And so that's why it's so great to be on the internet or be in a group of people that are on the journey with you, because you can learn so much by other people. Because the reality is, my doctor gave me this medication. She never took it. She wasn't obese, so she didn't have personal experience with it other than what the documentation said. But there's a difference between a doctor talking to you and then someone doing life with you along the way. Challenge yourself to learn new things about yourself, about your body, because 6 months later, you're going to discover new things. Your tolerance is going to go up. Your appetite's going to go up. Your working out routine is going to change. So don't wait. Don't allow the medication to do all the work. And then when the medication stops working or it's not huge results, then you start thinking about, oh, let me exercise and watch what I eat. No, start that from the beginning. Mistake number 3 while I've been on Zepbound: strength training. Now, I have been strength training since the beginning of the journey. I have been strength training, resistance training, even before I had been on Zepbound. I am very familiar with lifting weights. I enjoy it. But what happened was, during the process, I wasn't going up on my weights. I think this is around, I went up to 7.5 milligrams. I had plateaued at my weights. My strength had just zapped out of me. Like I was just like melting. And during that time, that's when I physically noticed a huge change I used to have very strong muscles in my calves, my thighs, but now I seem that they were like melting away. I mean, they used to be strong and solid, but now they're just like jiggly like Jello. Oh my gosh! So because even though I was lifting weights, I was not going up in my weights. I stayed stagnant. So remember, there's different levels for everyone. Somebody is starting off with a resistance band. Someone is starting off with weights. I was already doing weights, but I wasn't increasing my weights. I was left there stagnant. Even though I was doing the right things, so I thought, now at this point in my journey, I've learned some more and I'm going up higher on my weights with my arms, my legs. And so I'm continuously growing. It's just like when you develop your appetite for eating healthy and working out, you'll discover so many things like, oh, I wasn't eating that healthy as I thought I was. And I wasn't lifting weights the way I thought I should be. And I now know that, but I didn't know that at the time. Take the time to educate yourself. Even still, you can watch videos and talk to your healthcare providers and learn everything that you need to know about Zepbound, but you're still gonna learn. This is new to us. If you are on Zepbound, you probably had 50 to 100 plus pounds to lose. The new habits that need to be developed, they're unfamiliar to you. And so it grows. You have to grow with it slowly and slowly and slowly. And now I am progressively increasing on my weights so that I can actually get the benefits of doing all this weightlifting and feeling toned once again. In the beginning of my Zepbound journey, I was cardio queen, doing like 40 minutes of cardio and 20 minutes of weights. And now I completely flip-flopped that. I am doing about 20 minutes of cardio and 40 minutes of weights. And so that's just where I'm at right now. I still do my daily step count to get to regularly work my body. But when I'm actually going hard in the gym, it's not cardio day. I'm doing 20 minutes of cardio. Most of the time is getting my muscle back into my body. My fourth mistake while I was on Zepbound, well, this really isn't a mistake because, well, you live and you learn. I moved up, I hit a weight loss plateau on 5 milligrams. I was doing all the things that I was right, improving my diet, going hard in the gym. Felt like it was time to move up dosages. I moved up to 7.5 and that dosage knocked me out. I was exhausted. I was miserable. I was a little angry at times. I definitely impacted my mental health. And when I got to 7.5 milligrams, a month of being on it, I was on it a total of 2 months. And I didn't really, it wasn't until like a month in where I correlated what was going on with me, that it must have been the dose that I was on. I had, going back to my weights, and I wasn't able to lift the way I used to. And that's when I started noticing my muscles just like melting away and having jiggles all over my body, just loose body, loose. And I wasn't toned the way I used to be. Since then, I moved back down from 7.5 to 5 milligrams, and I don't plan on going up back to 7.5 at all. But that just goes to show you don't know, you don't have to go up to the highest dose on Zepbound. I think right now I am proud of myself that, well, on Mother's Day, my children, they got me a small box of chocolates, and the old Elise would have gobbled up those chocolates in one sitting. My husband is cracking up because he was like, that's not even you anymore. You don't even eat chocolates like that. And I said, I know, but I still graciously wanted to enjoy some of the gifts that my children had gotten me for Mother's Day. And I did eat the chocolate, but I ate it in a completely different way. One, they were spread out for about 8 days of me eating them instead of eating them in one sitting. And when I ate them, I sort of just like savored them. I sat there and I took one tiny bite at a time, and I ate very slowly. And it was only one piece at a time that I ate per day. I am so proud of myself, that what I've accomplished and where I'm at right now, because the biggest thing, we can talk about the physical aspects and the emotional aspects, all the things, but I have definitely learned self-control. And that was the biggest obstacle that I had with losing weight in the past before Zepbound. It was being motivated and disciplined for a short period of time, and then my motivation would go sway back and forth like the wind. It would come and go. But right now, I am feeling so motivated and proud of myself because I still continued to practice self-discipline. And practicing self-discipline is one of the major things that is going to keep the weight off of you for many, many years to come. So although I did 4 big mistakes while on Zepbound, there were a lot of things that I did do. I was very, very together on my hydration. I made sure I was always hydrated, having the right amount of water, which allowed me to curb my appetite. I went from 5,000 to 6,000 steps a day to regularly doing 10,000 steps a day, except right now because my foot hurts. And also in the beginning, before I started Zepbound, I loved wine, and I still love wine. I still drink it from time to time, but when I do, it's 1 glass versus 2 glasses, and it's every couple of weeks versus 3 times a week. So Zepbound has helped me in so many ways, but and I'm not perfect. I didn't do everything perfect. I did a lot of things wrong, and I'm still learning. That's why weight loss is a journey. It's called a journey for a reason. We're still learning. I'm still learning me. But I'm getting better and better every day. I'm confident that the final 10 pounds that I have will come off when it's gonna come off. It's gonna come off, but I'm not so pressured in the beginning of where I was at when I first started, so desperately wanting to lose weight, that I'm okay with it coming off slowly when it does decide to come off. Another thing that I am proud of that I did right on my Zepbound journey was journaling. Journaling, sitting quietly with yourself, with your thoughts. You can't do a weight loss journey without an inner work journey. Like, you can do the physical things about working out, improving your exercise, improving your diet. But there's an emotional aspect that's attached to why you even were overweight in the first place. There's many different reasons, and that's why weight loss is so personal. It's personal to everyone. Like, there's one woman who, worked in critical care, 12-hour night shifts for 17 years. And so her hormones were imbalanced, her circadian rhythm was imbalanced, and that's why she's overweight. Then there's another woman who just was raised in a household that had a certain eating patterns and didn't even have the knowledge to know what was proper eating, or was just bored and used eating for boredom. And then there's another woman that is eating due to some past trauma or some self-soothing. And so the same manifestation happens, is that you're overweight, but there's different reasons. There's a variety of different reasons of why this can happen, whether it's a hormonal imbalance, whether it's trauma, or whether it's just the lack of knowledge. So what I encourage you to do, and what I have done and have been successful with, has been journaling along the way, sitting still and quiet, going about my day, writing about what I want to succeed during this day. At the end of the day, if I journal at night, I'll write about what I'm proud of about myself, what goals I have. And so, not so much, I don't want to make this all about the number on the scale, although initially that's all I really cared about, if I could be honest. But now I'm seeing so much more benefits into losing weight or just getting healthy. And if the last 5, 10 pounds don't come off anytime soon or within the next year, I'm still so much more of a healthy person than I was when I started. Zepbound was like a guardrail for me because it helped me get over the hump of those cravings that I had that I couldn't even get over. And it allowed me to subside for them long enough to actually get focused on my weight loss, on my health, and get to the root issue. Now, I'm no longer on 12-hour night shifts and on critical care, but even still, my patterns had persisted. And so I am still a work in progress. And I encourage you to definitely sit with yourself and understand why you do the things you do, because this is a lifelong journey. So the 4 mistakes that I made, I'm still learning. I'm still on this journey right along with you. And I wish you all the success. So I hope this video brought some knowledge or value to you. If you can, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.